everybody, and welcome to my channel, Queening with TK. If it is your first time joining me, you are very much welcome. And then if it is not your first time, thank you so much for the support that you've given me, and the subscriptions and the likes and the comments. So today is a Wednesday, and it is one of my favorite days of the week because it is just one day before Friday, and I love Friday. So today is definitely gonna be girls talk, because I'm going to be speaking about something that I actually I came across this topic about 2 weeks back, but then I had to do a bit of digging and research before I made a video on it. And yes, so the topic that we're going to be discussing today is this global debate that is happening around, where they are debating that women must now get days off when they're on their periods, meaning that if you're on your periods, then you must apply for sick leave. They're gonna call it sick leave, or that's what they're debating, to call it sick leave. You must apply for sick leave, and then you're gonna be at home for that period of time that you're on your periods until you are done. The first time I saw this topic, it was on Twitter, and I actually didn't think it was serious. I was just like, like it can't be serious. But then I think I saw it again somewhere. I think it was on Facebook, and then I did my research, and I was very shocked, just to say the least, because right now there are other countries that are already that have already implemented this policy of when a woman is on her periods, she applies for sick leave, and then she's home for that 5 days. Now, ladies, do not get me wrong. I know that periods are very painful, and if you started your periods 13 or 20 or even 40 years ago, you never get used to the pain, the cramps, the headache, all the pain that comes with periods. I do understand it, and I do go through it. But I'm really just a bit, I don't know how I actually feel about this policy that they're debating. I really don't know, because just think like this. If on average, women, we go on our periods for like 5 days. So that means that if you are going every 5 days a month, you're going to be off at work. That is 5 times 12 a year, meaning that it's actually 60 days. Basically, that's 2 months that you're losing in a year, just because of mother nature. You're on your periods. I know some women, they only go for like 2 days, and some, they were saying that no, they're not saying it should be the full 5 days, because mostly the pain is more for the first and second day. So basically, on average, you'd be losing around 24 days a year. I really don't know how I feel about this. I really don't, because I feel like as women, we fought so much to be taken so seriously in the workplace and be treated, as equal as men, and, not have men and more, or men get some sort of benefits. And then something like this happens. To me, it's just like this policy, or this topic, is actually taking us 20 steps back, because now, if you are losing 1 or 2 months in a year because of periods that you can't stop unless obviously you get pregnant, that means that the men that you've been fighting to be in the same level with, professionally, you're actually giving them a month or two ahead of you. So to me, it's really not something that I do support. I know that obviously some women, they feel different. Some, they feel that they wouldn't be able to survive. But then also think about it. If you're on leave and you are actually sitting home, what they say is, to stop period pains, what you must do is you must move around, because we all know, with even if you didn't do life sciences or biology, if you did life orientation, you know that when it's painful, that's because the lining of the uterus is tearing or something like that, all that jazz. So if you're sitting at home, or you just curled up in bed, you're not moving, that process takes longer, meaning that the pains will actually be more. So I really, the bottom line is I really don't support this. Or maybe I'm two ways, because I understand sometimes also when I'm at work, I do feel like, you know what, I wish I was home because I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. But then again, I don't think, you know, I don't think that we as women should lose a month or two just because of periods that we can't stop or we can't change. I mean, we can't skip them. There's nothing that we can do. So I know that obviously there are people who feel like me, and then there are people who think, you know, this policy should also be implemented this side. Um, and you know, that's also fine. That's also fine. You know, like everyone has their own, you know, opinion. But then I mean, I feel like also, I mean, there's a lot of, I understand, you know, the maternity leave, obviously that one is, there's nothing that can be done, that one is very important. But then the period one, I really like I really don't even know what to say about it. And then another thing is that, I mean, there are so many things that they always tell us, you know, what to do to ease the period pains, or just make them a bit less, or just make them a bit, you know, bearable. For an example, they always say you must, when you're on periods, you must, what's this? You must exercise. I know that exercising is not really comfortable when you're in your periods, because you always feel like it's gonna leak somewhere, but then it helps. Trust me, I know exercising for effect, it helps. I know that drinking water helps. That's what I do. I drink a lot of water. I know that it helps. I know that soaking in hot bath, it actually helps also a lot. And then when I did my research, I also found a lot of things that I'm just going to put somewhere on the screen about what you can do, you know, naturally to calm the period pains. um and then I also found that you should actually cut down on salty foods, because salty foods, they also make the period pain worse. And also they said you should masturbate. You shouldn't be afraid to masturbate, like after bathing, while everything's still clean. Touch yourself. That actually helps with relaxing the muscles, meaning that that lining thing, that lining process, it actually, it goes quicker, and then the period pains, they come down. um and then they also said you must soak on warm water with Epsom salt. You can drink, also you can drink the warm water, or drink like a lot of cold water. And also make sure that you clean all the time. Change your sanitary towel. Change it like every 3 to 4 hours, depending on how heavy your floor is. So I feel like, you know, it's something that you can manage. I'd rather do all these things and try to find something that actually works for me than actually lose 2 months of the year, because personally I go for 5 days. So losing 2 months of the year, then I'd rather do all those things and try to find what works for me than losing the 2 months of the year just because of periods. So I know that obviously we have different opinions when it comes to this topic. And then I hope also you can try the things that I posted on the screen, and then you can also try the things also like drinking water, etc., if you are having problems with period pains, because some women, they actually don't. Some, they say that as soon as you have a child, the period pains, they get better. Second child, you don't have period pains. So some don't, some do. So just comment on us on the section, on the comment section below, and tell me, what do you think of this policy? Do you think that it's something that you'd be happy if it was, you know, implemented here in South Africa or at your work specifically? Or do you also think that it's something that is just taking us 20 steps back after the whole, you know, fighting, trying to be independent and trying to be treated the same as men. Just let me know what you think about it, and then you can continue the conversation on the comment section below. And then if it is your first time joining me and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, like, and share the video, and also tell your friends to tell their friends, because the more we are, the merrier. So that's it for today. I'm going to be posting another video on Friday. Bye.